So after seeing the title and thumbnail, you guys probably have thought these guys have gone crazy. First of all, they were making some programming related videos, and now they are making editing kind of videos. What the heck is that? So first of all, programming falls into the section of education as well as editing, because by learning programming in future you can be a web developer, game developer, or even just a programmer for a bigger company and earn money, which is important for life. And editing is also a part of education, because there is a lot to know when you are editing. So why are we doing that? So as you guys have followed this channel over past year, you know that we are only making educative videos on technology, programming, and so on. Another common learning section is video editing, because more and more people are getting into content creation on YouTube, Facebook, and other social media platforms. So we are not promising anything. This is the first episode of our editing videos, I guess. So if this episode does great, we will also share other editing tips and tricks to improve your editing workflow. And we are also going to show you how to do some motion graphics, so you can learn more on editing, I guess. So without any further ado, let's jump right into it. From now, as you've seen the thumbnail and also read the title, you know we are going to make audio spectrum. So what is it? So it's basically what you are seeing on the screen right now. Yeah, it's an audio spectrum. Most of the people don't know that this thing is called audio spectrum. Most of the people think that this is audio visualizer, which is kind of sensible, because the waves of the spectrum is viewing the audio levels as the maker indented. So in this video we are going to make this exact spectrum but with a music. And if you want to make spectrum like us or use spectrum like us, just export the file of your video as an mp3, which is the music file format, which known as music file, because mp3 is music and mp4 is video, also known as h264 to editors. So you have to export the file in mp3 format, it on After Effects, and make the spectrum as we are going to show you. It's gonna be very easy. Without any further talking, let's jump onto the After Effects. So after you open After Effects, click on New Project, and you will be taken here. Now you can go to the files where your music is stored. In our case, it's here. Click on it, then copy paste it here, and you can also import it like this custom way. And you need a logo of your channel or your company, whatever. Then for this video we are using our logo. Import it. These two things are the main things that you will need. Then click on the music folder, which is in mp3 format, and drag it into the new composition part here. Now it will create a composition based on the music. Now we need to right click here, new, and in the new we will say solid. So name it what you want. I will leave it to that. Then make sure to give it font size. Hit OK, then you will get a solid layer here. Then what we are going to do after select the dark gray solid, which is the solid layer here. Then come over to effects and come to generate, then into audio spectrum. There are two kind of audio related effects that you can apply, but you want audio spectrum, you don't want audio waveform. That's another audio effect thing that you can add. So for this video we are only using spectrum, as the topic is only about spectrum. Click on that, and now you can see there are dots here, and as I play further, okay, the on, okay, so you can see little dots here, and this is the base of our spectrum. Not the base, this is the exact spectrum, but it is the baseline, and we will start creating the actual product from here. So in the effect controls, come to the audio spectrum. In the audio layer, select from dark gray to the music that you choose, or the audio file you choose for the spectrum, for making the spectrum. And after you choose that, as you can see, as I proceed in the timeline, the dots are going up, growing up and shrinking as the beats go. So this is the spectrum, and you can will be okay if you are doing only and let's say a flat spectrum, flat animation of spectrum, or like that. But we are not doing that. We are going to do the most common and the most easy one, which is the circular shaped one, as our all spectrums are. So our baseline is ready. Now we need to adjust some of the things. First of all, you will come here and you won't touch start and end frequency, because these things are sensitive and you don't know when you are going to mess this up and your spectrum will get worse to look at. So you won't touch this. And in the third line there is a thing called frequency bands. So these are the number of dots here are based on this. So as you increase the bands, the number of dots will increase, and as you decrease it, it will decrease. So keep it as your taste. And maximum height, so I will suggest to get on the highest line of the beat in the whole music or the whole audio, and in my case it's right here, and then increase it and decrease it. You can adjust this later when we will make it circular. And you have colors to choose from. And you can try a variety of colors for your spectrum. From here you can choose from here, or if you have a really nice background and you want some matching background color for the spectrum, as we did in the making AI videos in Spectrum. If you don't check those videos out, I will recommend you to go and check those out. Those are some of the best videos we have ever made, because it's an AI, and AI has influenced and also made our life very, very easier. So go check it out. And we are pretty much done for the baseline. Now let's get to the real part. Now you will drag your logo or the image that you want to be the circular inwards in here the composition. Now what you are going to do, selecting the image, go to the rectangular tool and click and hold it and go to the ellipse tool, and after that you have to make a circular shape by doing this. And as you can see, I move the mouse, it's not a perfect circular shape. So if you want to make it perfect, hit shift on your keyboard, and now it will increase on every side equally to make it a nice round shape object. Now it's done. Okay, now go to the selection tool, and in the mask one you can adjust it a bit because your logo might not fit the circle pretty well. Okay, now it's fitting perfectly. And now you have to make another circle shape in your solid layer. Most of the people who did this has told to make separately, but I will give you a shortcut that will save you time and your spectrum will look good. So here, as you can see, mask, as I select mask one, the circular shape that we drawn is selected. So hit Ctrl C on your keyboard to copy that, and in the darker solid hit Ctrl V to paste it. And now you can see, okay, you can't see because the color is white. Let me turn to black or something. Okay, why it's not shifting color here, but however it's taking shape. So our baseline is in this circular shape that we copy and pasted on our solid layer. So I switched the color, but the color isn't switching here. I don't know why. So you can turn the logo layer off and see. So as you can see in the baseline one of our spectrum is in the circular shape that we drawn in the dark gray solid or copy pasted it. So yeah, this is the spectrum. So now we have to work on it, and let's turn our, why is it not turning on? Well, let's turn on our logo layer here. Then what we are going to do is we are going to make this spectrum to flow around the circular shape or flow around our logo. So in that case, we will come onto the effect controls of the solid layer here, and then in the path there is selected none by default because there were no masks or no effects to be used in here. Now you will click on that and give it mask 1, which will make it circularly shaped. And as I told you earlier, you can customize it as your heart's desire. So increase or decrease. So now you can see that the spectrum is kind of inside a boxed shape thing here, but okay, why is it 2 here? Okay, so in order to remove the square shaped area, we will come into the mask and hit add to none, so it will flow perfectly. I don't know why is it coming 2 ways. Okay, did we? Hey, what's the problem here? Okay, it did work here. Okay, add. So it's kind of working. Okay, so now as you can see, it's working pretty well. So first mistake of ours was you always need the logo layer at the top of your composition, as you can see here. So drag the logo layer at the top so you won't get any errors. And another customization you can make is by selecting the solid layer and hitting S on your keyboard to scale the solid layer up a bit, not very big. Okay, so now I get the problem. Where is our problem is? So we need to go on the beginning where we made the mistake. So turn off again your masked, I mean whatever it is. So turn off the logo layer, then come here, mask, and turn off the mask, I guess. Hey, okay. So I will say delete the mask for now, and now you can see. Okay, so another customization we have to make in order to make it circular is we need to choose the side that we need to display. So by default it will say a to side A and B, which are the up and down sides in After Effects, but for spectrum for making this circular shape spectrum we need only one side. So here side A is the upper side. Let me show you. So as you can see, I selected side A, so it goes upper here, and another side is B, which goes down, and we need this one because the spectrum kind of folds like this point to this point, not this point to this point, which is the same, but it will be perfectly misaligned if the side option is selected to A. And there are also other customization. You can also make it analog lines, which if you have ever gone to medical and set aside of a heart patient, he in the rack or the tray beside his bed there is monitor, and it shows his heartbeat like this. And yeah, that's like heartbeat, but it is analog lines. I know you didn't know it, but that is the advantages of watching our channel. So make sure to subscribe our channel and turn on the notification bell to know new things, because we upload new videos pretty much every week. Then there is digital, which I have shown you, and we have the analog dots. So this is like ping pong kind of thing. Yeah, like that. So like analog lines, these dots are broken. So when the song is beating up, the spectrum will dance like a ping pong, like a bunch of ping pong balls. Okay, so we don't need analog logs. We are going to make the simplest ever, so we're going to use digital here. So that's the digital, and yeah, that's kind of it. Now what we need to do is again selecting Ctrl V, so it creates a mask around it. Then we need to implement our logo, and here we will say mask 1, remove the square as I showed you from add to none, and now we are going to play. So first of all, adjust the height as I told you in the earlier in this video that you should adjust the height. So you should go to the highest bit of the video where the spectrum gets too high, and then you can customize the height so it doesn't falls off the frame. In our case it's 1080p, 4K is little big, and 8K is also bigger, wider, so your mileage may vary, so keep remembering that in mind. And also increase the size of number of pens that you are going to use as your taste, but I think that individual lines in a greedy view is very sweet for a spectrum. And another thing that you can add up is click on the dark gray solid, which is the solid layer, and hit S on your keyboard and just crank up the scale a little bit, like 5 or something, sorry, 2 or 3, I guess 2 will be perfect, and like that, perfect. Okay, so as I play this song, you will see bits are happening. So let's see the spectrum that we made. So now you can see that it flows smoothly and it's looking pretty cool, and you can crank this even further. So if you want to add a background here, it's simple, just import it as a file, easy as. Okay, so now let's see. Okay. So now you can see it's very simple. Or if you want to add a video in the background, it's the same process, but we don't have any stock nice videos because we only make programming related videos and technology related videos, so we don't really have nice abstract kind of videos to throw in this spectrum. But if you have some stock footages, some nice video captures, and after rendering it you have your own spectrum. So that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, guys. Please hit the like button and also subscribe our channel and turn on the notification bell. And another sad thing that we came to know that 95% of the people who watch our videos don't subscribe, so please subscribe our channel, okay? And another thing, you can also follow us on Instagram. This video was requested by one of our fans. He requested us on Instagram, and if you want to know or you want to learn something new, please contact us on our Instagram. It's up and running at AJ Industries. We will also leave a link down below, so follow us out on Instagram, and we hope to see you guys in the next one.